Did you know that your favorite Pixar movies are all secretly connected, and the proof has been hiding in plain sight? From background cameos to blink, and you'll miss it clues, these hidden characters tell a much bigger story than you ever imagined. This isn't just about Easter eggs. It's about a shared universe Pixar's been building for years right under our noses. Get ready to see these movies in a whole new way. Pixar's artists have a playful habit that has practically become a tradition. They love adding little surprises into their movies by sneaking in characters from other Pixar films. It's their way of saying, hey, we're all part of one big Pixar family. These aren't big, flashy cameos that steal the show. Sometimes it's as simple as spotting a familiar toy sitting quietly on a shelf, blending perfectly into the background of an entirely different story. Other times, you might notice a well-known character casually strolling through a scene, as if they just wandered in from another movie set. It's all very subtle, the kind of detail you might only catch on your second, third, or even 10th rewatch. This isn't just about hiding Easter eggs for fun, though that's a big part of it. It's also a way for Pixar's creators to celebrate the characters they've brought to life over the years. They're little love letters to the stories that came before, reminders that every Pixar film exists in a world full of shared history and playful connections. So today, we're going to go on a little hunt together. We'll uncover some of the most awesome hidden characters that have been hiding in plain sight all along. Characters you probably never noticed. But once you do, you'll never unsee them again. It's like finding a secret door into Pixar's magical universe. And trust me, it makes rewatching your favorite movies even more fun. In Turning Red, when Mie transforms into her giant red panda form and runs through her school hallway, she accidentally knocks over a girl who looks exactly like Riley from the inside out. The only difference is that this girl has brown eyes instead of Riley's blue eyes. Some fans think this might be Riley visiting another school, while others believe Pixar simply reused Riley's character design to save time. During a school trip scene at the Marine Life Institute in Finding Dory, you can spot Riley from inside out, walking around with her classmates. You can even see a boy wearing a shirt with the number 86 on it, which is another clue from inside out that confirms it's her. Since the Marine Life Institute in Morro Bay is only 233 miles away from Riley's home in San Francisco, this field trip makes total sense. At the very ending of Finding Nemo's credits, Mike Wachowski from Monsters, Inc. appears swimming through the ocean wearing a tiny snorkel over his one giant eye. This scene shows Mike trying to explore the underwater world, even though he doesn't belong there. The image of this round green monster with skinny arms paddling through the sea, so funny and unexpected that it becomes one of Pixar's most memorable credit scenes. Remember adorable little Boo from Monsters, Inc. She appears not once but twice in Toy Story 4. First, you can see her wearing a cute lilac outfit in Bonnie's classroom, which means she's now Bonnie's classmate. Later in the movie, she shows up at a carnival trying to knock down rockets at a game booth. Boo has grown up since her monster adventures, and seeing her enjoy normal kid activities while still being her curious, brave self makes fans smile. There's a sweet little moment in Monsters, Inc. that feels heartwarming at first, but becomes even more fascinating once you realize what's really going on. Near the end of the movie, when Sully is reunited with Boo, she happily digs into her toy box and starts handing him a few of her favorite treasures. It's such a pure, childlike gesture, her way of showing how much she loves and trusts him. But among the toys she gives him, there's one that might make Pixar fans do a double take: a tiny, squeaky rubber clownfish. And not just any clownfish, it's clearly Nemo. Same bright orange body, same white stripes, same cute round face. It's unmistakable. But here's where it gets really amazing. Monsters, Inc. was released in 2001. Finding Nemo didn't get into theaters until 2003, 2 whole years later. That means Pixar had already designed Nemo's look and personality long before most of the world even knew he existed. This little toy wasn't just a random prop. It was a quiet sneak peek, a playful hint at the next big Pixar adventure already in the works. It's details like this that show how deeply connected Pixar's films really are, not just in story, but in the creative process itself. The studio doesn't just make one movie at a time. They're constantly dreaming ahead, planting tiny clues for sharp-eyed fans to find years later. And for anyone rewatching Monsters, Inc. after seeing Finding Nemo, this moment turns into one of those magical Pixar Easter eggs that makes you smile and think, wow, they really planned that. Here's one from the movie Brave. When Marita visits the witch's cottage, you can spot that there's a small wooden carving of Sully from Monsters, Inc. sitting alongside the bear carvings. This raises so many questions about how a Scottish witch from medieval times could know about a modern monster. Some fans think this proves the witch has magical powers that let her see across time and space, connecting the two worlds. 10 Men. Inside Out, there's a magazine lying around that features Guess Who, Colette from Ratatouille. Colette appears on the cover as a successful chef and role model, which perfectly fits with Inside Out's themes about growing up and finding inspiration. This probably means that Colette became famous for her cooking skills and now inspires young girls like Riley to follow their dreams. During the romantic montage in Ratatouille, when Linguini and Colette are falling in love around Paris, you can see a street mime performing for crowds. This mime looks suspiciously like Bomb Voyage, the French villain from The Incredibles. If it's really him, this cameo suggests that after his failed criminal career, Bomb Voyage found a peaceful new job as a street performer. In Monsters University, if you look closely in one of the dorm rooms, you'll spot a small toy version of Arlo, the friendly dinosaur from The Good Dinosaur. It's a sweet little nod from Pixar, especially since The Good Dinosaur didn't get as much attention as some of their other films. Still, the studio clearly wanted to give Arlo a moment to shine by sneaking him into their monster college world. Did you know that in Ratatouille, you can spot the silhouette of Doug the talking dog from up during one of the Paris scenes? This quick appearance is easy to miss, but it's amazing to think that Doug, exploring the beautiful streets of Paris, is probably getting distracted by all the wonderful smells from the restaurants. The iconic yellow ball with a red star from Pixar's very first short film, Luxo Jr., appears in one of the most touching scenes in Monsters, Inc. when Sully has to say goodbye to Boo. She hands him this special ball from her toy collection. This moment is extra meaningful because the Luxo ball represents Pixar's history and appears in almost every Pixar movie. In Seoul, there's a sweet family photo at the barber shop that shows the barber's daughter holding a stuffed rabbit that looks a lot like Ducky or Bunny from Toy Story 4. The photo adds a personal touch to the barbershop scene while connecting Seoul's grounded New York story to Toy Story's magical world. Before Finding Nemo was ever released, a marlin the clownfish was already appearing in Monsters, Inc. You can spot him on wallpaper patterns in some of the Monsters' houses and even in a sushi restaurant scene. This suggests that Marlin was already famous in the monster world, perhaps from previous underwater adventures we never got to see. The steamed buns from the touching Pixar. Short film B makes a special appearance in Turning Red. You can see them in the background of food scenes, and there's even a shop that uses the bow logo as its sign. The same director actually created both those movies. Maybe you didn't notice this, but Jerry, the elderly man from the Pixar short film Jerry's Game, appears as the toy repair expert in Toy Story 2. When Woody needs fixing, Jerry uses tiny tools and even brings chest pieces from his original short film to help with the repair. His careful, detailed work on Woody creates one of the most memorable scenes in the movie. In A Bug's Life, hilarious blooper reel during the credits, the villainous grasshopper appears in a funny scene where he gets embarrassed by the queen ant. This rare appearance shows Hopper's softer side, more human side, and gives audiences a chance to laugh at the scary villain. The blooper reel format makes it feel like we're seeing the behind-the-scene moments from the bug world, adding personality to all the characters. In Pixar's Coco, there's a small but delightful detail that only the most observant fans are likely to catch. During the lively talent show scene in the Land of the Dead, a place bursting with music, color, and personality, one of the skeleton musicians steps into view wearing a very familiar piece of clothing. It's a black t-shirt with a white skull printed right on the front. If you're a Pixar fan, your brain probably lights up instantly. Wait, isn't that Sid's shirt? Sid, of course, is the mischievous troublemaker from the very first Toy Story. The kid who loved taking apart toys and putting them back together in creepy new ways. His skull shirt became almost as iconic as his chaotic personality, so spotting that exact design on a skeleton in Coco is an instant callback. A subtle wink to Pixar fans who've been watching closely for Easter eggs. Now, is it actually Sid himself making an appearance in the Land of the Dead? Probably not. Coco exists in its own unique universe, and the scene is more of a playful reference than a literal crossover. But still, the connection is too fun to ignore. Seeing that shirt in the afterlife feels like Pixar's way of nodding to one of their most memorable side characters, while also slipping a little humor into Coco's heartfelt story about family, legacy, and remembering those who've passed on. It's these kinds of tiny blink-and-you'll-miss-it moments that make Pixar films such a joy to revisit. You're not just watching one story, you're stepping into a whole, interconnected web of characters, memories, and hidden treasures. And sometimes, those treasures are as simple as a t-shirt that carries decades of Pixar history. In the Disney movie Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, there's an incomplete Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head sitting in an evidence room filled with missing animation items. This creates a fun mystery about what happened to the beloved Toy Story character and adds Pixar magic to Disney's detective adventure. Every one of these hidden characters is a little clue that shows how all Pixar movies are secretly connected in ways you probably never noticed. So, which one caught you off guard the most? Tell us in the comments. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more fun movie discoveries.